Hi guys, so yeah, you'd have seen recently I've been painting these lovely ogres from the recent expansion set from HeroQuest, and gotta say I love them. Obviously this one, I didn't love his pose. There's a video out where I changed the pose to, well, to look like this, because I prefer the look of this. But there's one more big ogre to paint, and that's this awesome looking chap. Again, I love a good looking figure, love this pose, so I'm not going to mess about with that. But like all the others, yeah, I will be taking the base off. So obviously I do a lot of 3D printing on this channel, but when I don't 3D print stuff, then I buy all my miniatures from Chaos Cards, and I've been there a couple of times. It's not too near me, but then again, I don't really get out a lot. I like to buy stuff, well, kind of online. But when I did get out and went there, yeah, I must admit, I wish it was nearer. I absolutely loved walking in and being able to physically see all the wonderful sort of games, toys, miniatures that are out there. As well, I'd probably spend a whole lot more money because at the moment I only buy stuff if I know about it. So yeah, and generally it's you guys suggest stuff, I then go and look online and I buy loads of stuff. But yeah, so guys, there's a link down below for Chaos Cards. There's a discount code down there as well, so if you are looking at buying some miniatures, yeah, go and check them out and see if they have what you want. And if you are anywhere near Folkestone in Kent, yeah, pop in and see them, as they also do a whole variety of tournaments and games there, which is everything I thought was just amazing. And if they were nearer me, then yeah, I would love to be down there, well, playing games. So yeah, like everything else with HeroQuest, I don't like using their bases. I much prefer clear bases because I always do or play these kind of games on my 3D printed boards. So yeah, I want to see, well, what's underneath them really. So it's just a case of trimming carefully around his toes, making sure not to chop anything off. Just to get rid of the base that is obviously currently there. So it is just a case of, well, taking your time, slowly going round, getting nearer and nearer, and then when you're happy with how near you've got, then doing a bit of sanding just to sort of smooth it down and make it nice and neat. And now that's done, yeah, we're on to the painting stage, and I've attached it to my painting handle and primed in black, and as always using the good old matte black by Colourforge, link down below guys. This is the best matte black I've ever used. So, well, I've now been using it for about the last 8-9 months. Shows how good it is. So, a bit of dry brushing. Yeah, I've still got my textured dry brush palette. That, again, yeah, 3D printed. I love 3D printed stuff. It's just awesome. You can have whatever you want in a few hours kind of thing. So, yeah, usual thing. Dry brushing. Getting him nice and covered. Again, I'm always asked. I use any old white that I've got. And with this, you want to imagine you are trying to get most of him white, apart from all those nooks and crannies. And there we go, so he's come out really well. Sometimes I may do 2 coats of white, depends on how cheap the white I was using. This acrylic stuff by Green Stuff World, yeah, just 1 coat is fine for that. But yeah, sometimes I do 2 coats of white. So like everything else I've been painting with HeroQuest, I am going to try and get him as near as I can to looking like the card. So I pulled out the paints I think I'm going to be using. By Green Stuff World, they're Dip and Inks, as these do seem to be my go-to paints at the moment because I just love the way these go on. And while I start painting, I just want to say a big shout out and thank you to all my lovely patrons, as with your support each month, yeah, it certainly helps me being able to do this channel full time. So many thanks to every one of you. So yeah, doing the skin, again this is why I do like the old Dip and Inks. They are very, well, a lot more translucent than any of the other sort of speed paints out there that I've used. At first I didn't like this because obviously I thought, well, these were a bit pants. But then it's kind of like when you thin your paints down. It gives you more control over just how strong a colour you want. And I absolutely love that. So more often than not, I'll just do 1 coat. But sometimes if I want something really strong, then yeah, I'll give it a 2nd coat. And there's never been any issues with reactivation or anything sort of messing about. You really can just go over it again once it's dried. So it dried, but then I thought it's not exactly how I kind of wanted it. So I went with a different colour. Again, this is what I'm saying. You can put the Dip and Inks straight over one. So this is literally just dried. And I'm going straight over it with, well, another colour. A different colour. I will have to admit, again, this is where, because these are quite translucent when they go on, this works really well. And I must admit, I might do this for all the skin tones now. Is do, well, 2 different colour paints. Because obviously when you put the second one on, the prior one, the first one you put on, some parts of it still come through, which I think makes the skin look even better. because it's not sort of like one block colour. It does have more variation in it, which, well, like normal skin. Yeah, it just works really well. So sometimes we do have happy accidents. So at first I was thinking about actually repainting this guy, as in priming him in black, and then doing the dry brushing and then the painting. But I thought, no, let's paint over him and, well, see how it comes out. And I'll have to admit, I love it. Yeah, it's definitely a few more graduations and different sort of skin tones going on. And yeah, it looks much more like the card. So again, happy accident. Absolutely love it. Well, and love Bob Ross. Yeah, happy accidents. And keeping in with how I've done the other ogres, yeah, I've been doing all their sort of their metal kind of bits with this zombie dip. So it's kind of like a, well, it's like a dark greenish colour. I also use this for walls as well in some of the dungeons that I've been building. Again, yeah, it's just a lovely colour. I think it goes on really well, dries really well, and there's just something about it that makes me think of like oldie worldy Dungeons and Dragons kind of stuff. So yeah, I do need to order some more because, well, I've been using it for, say, lots of armour, as well as all kinds of walls and other bits and pieces. So something else I've never done, which I tried it in this one, and that is mixing two of the dipping inks. Because he's like leather here, it's kind of got a bit of a reddish brown to it. So I don't have a reddish brown, but I do have a red and a brown. So yeah, mix these two together. Again, I've never mixed dipping inks together to make a, well, a different colour. But yeah, it really worked rather well. So again, I'm going to be trying this a lot more now, mixing the dipping inks together to create, well, a colour that I don't have. And I say, I think it's come out really well, this kind of like reddish brown. And yeah, it looks, again, like it does on the card. I say, sometimes I do almost prefer recreating or copying how something looks from something else in regards to the paint colour. Yeah, because I do sometimes struggle thinking of what colour to paint things. So copying the card, yeah, it makes things nice and simple. And knowing now that I can kind of recreate paints just by obviously mixing them. I mean, I know it sounds silly, and it's been done for centuries. Yeah, mix paints to make another paint. But it's not something I generally do. I normally get paint from a pot and just use it as is. So for me to be mixing is, yeah, it's kind of new for me. Again, guys, a lot of the stuff you'll see on my channel, I may say it's new. And when I say it's new, I mean whatever it is I'm doing, it's new to me. Because obviously painting's been around for, well, caveman times. Anyway, enough waffle, let's get back to the video. So as you can see, the other colour I love using is the skull linen dip. But in this case, it's come out, well, too white. Yeah, it needs to be dirtied down a bit more. So to do that, good old wash. Yeah, I still love using washes just to make things dirty, grimy, worn, battered, whatever it is. But yeah, in this case, these white areas definitely need dirtying down. Plus, I'm purposely putting loads in the old eye sockets just to make those, well, nice and eerie and like they're hollowed out and the rest. And yeah, it's a very simple paint job for this dude. Not too many colours at all, but really pleased with how he's come out and how much he does look like the, well, the card. And now he's done, just a simple case of getting him off the little support. So where possible, I do like drilling into the feet of models, just because then you can get right up and underneath everything. And so yeah, he's come out really well. So all I need to do is stick him on a base, and I love using the clear plastic bases. And these are by a company called Fluid 3D Workshop. Again, link down below. They do a whole variety of bases, whether it's the clear ones or the normal sort of black ones you get. Yeah, absolutely everything's down there. And then yeah, just glue his little feet, stick him on, job done. And let's see him in all his glory. So I'm really pleased how his skin tone came out. So in fact, there's a couple of colours there, and the old mixing of the colours as well. I'm really pleased that's something that I can do and works with some great results. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video and how I painted this little chap and obviously put him on a nice clear base, and he can now go with, well, the rest of his clan. And I'm looking forward to using these three brutes in, well, an upcoming game. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave some comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. There's a couple more videos on the screen. Give them a click, see more of what I do. You guys take care. Bye for now.